Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, we have to talk about Roblox and sadly Discord as well. But specifically Roblox. It's become a sick breeding ground for these pedos looking for their next victim. I saw this case tonight. Well, this is April 30th. I may not get this up until May 1st, tomorrow. Ocala teen arrested, used Roblox to communicate with and sex exploit children. Now, this story is all over the local news here in Central Florida, as well as it's hitting nationally. Okay? And I'm going to just go through it, and I wanted to get into some other things that I haven't really discussed here on the channel, but it's all tied into one word: Roblox. Now, they say at the top here, this is Fox 35. Again, local here, fox35orlando.com. Basically, a Marion County teen was arrested after allegedly, now we have to say allegedly because, well, he hasn't been found guilty yet. Allegedly using the game Roblox to communicate with children, directing them to molest their younger siblings and produce CSAM. Now, this is a 17-year-old, guys. This is a 17-year-old who should be in high school, junior, senior, and should not be having this, should not be even involved in this sort of stuff. I mean, I don't even know. It's just mind-blowing to me. The sickness, it just truly is. Now, he admitted to detectives during an interview. And here's what they know so far, Fox 35. Through a major crimes investigation, detectives learned that a 17-year-old boy who was responsible for the vulgar messages. And then on April 16th, 2025, that's when the Ocala Police Department SWAT team, they executed a search warrant, and several of the teen's devices were collected for examination. And I'm sure that SWAT made his life a living hell when they broke into his home, because they had been investigating him for quite some time, according to this information I've been reading. And God forbid what his parents, and if you had any siblings, thought about all this stuff. During an interview with detectives, he took ownership of the Roblox account. I mean, at what point? I mean, they have him pretty much, in my opinion, dead to rights. How else are you going to explain it? He admitted to searching for children on the video game daily. He went on there every single day. He instructed them to engage in activity with their siblings and produce CSAM. Yeah. So he went on there every day. I don't know if it was after school or what the hell he was doing. He went on there and he was exploiting younger kids. Not only asking them to do things, but their siblings. It's just so disgusting. The teen also admitted to lying about his age. Well, that doesn't shock me at all. To appear more quote-unquote acceptable to young children, and admitted that he would contact 4 to 5 children every day for the past year. 4 to 5 kids every single day. Now, I'm not a parent, okay, but I know lots of my friends that are parents, and when I hear that they tell me their kids are on Roblox, with what I've heard from law enforcement and now hearing these cases, and I'm going to get into a couple other examples of things that have just happened recently concerning Roblox. My first thing to them is you really need to make sure you're checking with your kids and what they are doing on Roblox. Okay, it is supposed to be seemingly a fun game app where kids can play all different types of games, but there's like a chat function where you can chat with other players, members. Obviously, I'm not into Roblox, so I'm having to learn a bit about it as I get into this, but the fact that this has become basically a breeding ground. It's like a playground, an online playground for these pedophiles. It is disgusting. And a lot of parents don't realize, they don't understand that their kids are being spoken to by these deviants. These nasty, nasty people. They're like this guy, or they're like someone like Stephen Stearns. And speaking of Stephen Stearns, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on Roblox. But the teacher, her Madeline Soto's music teacher, remember, he was recently arrested, and he admitted to coercing kids through Roblox to do activity on video for Robux. Apparently, it's sort of like, I guess, like Bitcoin. You're paying them in money they can use on this app. So he was asking them to do things, sexual things, for Robux. Now, this particular guy, well, he's facing, as of this month, as of April 16th, I'm sure he'll probably be upgraded on charges. But as of this point, he's facing the following charges: directing a sexual performance by a child, utilizing a computer to solicit a child while misrepresenting age, and unlawful use of a two-way communications device. Once in custody, he was taken to the Department of Juvenile Justice and now has been filed into the Marion County jail where he is being held without bond. Yeah, thank God they took him out of there. He's 17, but please don't keep him in a juvenile facility. Woo! So the investigation is ongoing, and I could list other examples. I mean, a quick Google search, guys, there's so many that you could find, and if they have alarming amount of evidence, and like I said, I think that it's going to continue to blow up as far as the crimes with Roblox. And apparently they go on Roblox and then they invite them to Discord, which is disturbing to me, because I'm on Discord with some other YouTube creators, and we use it just for, having threads and discussions, and God forbid there's pedophiles also using Discord. Anyone with relevant information is encouraged to contact law enforcement, and they have Detective Osted here, and his number is 352-351-4710. So I will put that information as I'm speaking here more further on the screen, and also in the information of this video, because I would not be surprised. It's awful, but that there's more victims. Maybe not of his, but you really gotta check on your kids these days, and especially if they're using some of these apps, for real. And I did want to pull up Click Orlando WKMG on it, because they have, obviously, like I said, they're all covering the case. They all have a slightly different some coverage on it. But here is a piece from the Marion County Sheriff's Office. It looks like the arrest report. It's an excerpt. After establishing a connection on Roblox, this pedo, he would move the conversation to either Discord or text messaging. See, he wanted to get off of Roblox. Scriven advised that most of the CSAM he demanded, and that is his name. I am going to expose his name. Some reason I don't know why Fox didn't do that. 35 here. He advised that most of the CSAM he demanded was used for his own gratification. However, in one specific instance, he just wanted proof that the abuse was actually occurring as he directed. So I think it was not only about his disgusting own gratification, but he wanted to appear that he was in charge. Because I think a lot of times with these sick people, being in charge is a big part of their thrill. He went on to admit that he would misrepresent his age to appear more acceptable to young children, and that he's done this, like we saw before, to 4 or 5 children a day for the past year. Yeah. So, the Florida, further here, they list the Florida Attorney General. He's issued a subpoena to Roblox for information on how they market to children. And he's citing multiple reports of children being exposed to graphic or harmful material while using the game. And I agree with him here. He states that there are concerning reports that this gaming platform, which is popular amongst children, is exposing them to harmful content and bad actors. We're using a subpoena to Roblox to uncover how this platform is marketing to children and see what policies they are implementing, if any, to avoid interactions with predators. You know, you might think that they care, but I'm not so sure. But I don't want to sit there and judge Roblox. But they're saying that there's 85 million daily active users. An estimated 40% are under 13 years old. So again, if you have kids or no kids, you have grandkids, children, check if they're using Roblox, because they might not even realize who they're really truly talking to on the other side of that game, on the other side of their screen. It's awful. It's truly disgusting. Lastly, I wanted to add this here. A Florida woman is taking Roblox to court, and I hope she kicks their ass and gets every single thing that she's asking for. But more so, something's got to change. Okay, lawsuits accusing Roblox and Discord of culpability in child predation, and I think that they are, especially Roblox. Now, this person's in Volusia County. A Volusia County woman suing Roblox and Discord after she fell victim to a predator herself on platforms as a child. And she's known, it looks like per the lawsuit, she's anonymous, and she's referred to as Jane Doe. She was a minor at the time, and her father allowed her to use these platforms because he believed they were safe for children. He believed they were safe for kids. I think that is the biggest misconception with apps like Roblox. The parents think, oh, it's a gaming app. The kid's just playing video games. They're playing games with their friends. They're having a good time. Yeah. Hate to burst mom and dad's bubble, but there's a lot of predators lurking. Now, she states her family learned the truth only after it was too late, according to the lawsuit. Doe's parents discovered that Roblox and Discord had enabled a child predator to identify, groom, and coerce her into sending explicit images and videos of herself. Yeah, and these kids, they're kids. They're babies. They're easily groomed. They're easily coerced. They offer them, like I said, Robux, some other form of money to get video games or whatever the heck they like. And you know what? They're thinking, oh, they're not seeing that they're being exploited. They're not seeing that this is a sick person, And it's not another kid, another 12 whatever year old kid talking to them anymore. Now, they do say that Roblox states that children must have parental permission before signing up for an account, but nothing prevents them from actually creating their own accounts. So here it looks like here's a screenshot where it says Roblox, you can sign up and start having fun. Ironic, but that's their little tagline there. But they tell you not to use your real name. What I guess in the bottom line is none of these kids should be in here. And I don't know. I just feel like if I had a kid, I would not let them use Roblox. But again, if you have someone that is, just seriously keep a really close eye on them. And what's happening is also these predators, they're asking them once they start talking to them to go in another room away from mom and dad, away from their parental figures. And you know, if they want you to keep it secret, they want you to keep away from your parents. Something's really, really wrong there. They're stating that while Roblox now prevents adult accounts from directly messaging children under 13 years of age, it doesn't prevent these children from creating accounts with fake birth dates to make them appear over that threshold. So, remember the old AOLs and stuff? I remember creating all sorts of different personas just to talk to people. And you know what? You know, we would talk to different people. You could lie about your age, but you know, the amount of sickos out there. I mean, these kids are not seeing it as. It looks like you can get the in-game currency, called Robux, that allows players to purchase premium content. So I guess if you're a certain age, you can get that sort of stuff. Looks like there's some chat wall here. Okay, looks like they're talking about added for a young girl to role play with. Yeah, there is some crazy screenshot here. Add me, I'm selling. Discuss what you want in chat. Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. See right here. Children frequently become obsessed with purchasing or otherwise obtaining Robux to buy items for their avatars and to spend in their favorite experiences on the Roblox game. In the store, it's saying, for example, the company sells rare items at astronomical prices, such as a type of hair for an avatar, which children seek to purchase to keep up with or outdo their peers on Roblox. As a result, children often tell others, including strangers, that they will do anything for Robux. That's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Yep, and here's where they're discussing. This is the music teacher from Hunters Creek Middle School I just mentioned a bit ago. That's him. You guys probably heard about him before. I didn't really do anything here. And he looks like a creeper, doesn't he? So he was arrested and he coerced children on Roblox. And then they're also mentioning the 17-year-old that we just spoke of. And there he is right there. There's his mugshot. His name is Christian Scribben. That is the 17-year-old they just arrested this month. So that's just two from this area, Central Florida. I guarantee you there's others in this area. God knows how many else in the state of Florida. Then you jump through the other 49 states. I'm sure that there's many in every single state. It is disturbing. And they don't have to be in your state to coerce, your child or your friend's kids to do stuff. Yeah. And the lawsuit says the design of Roblox and Discord makes children easy prey for these pedophiles. Yep. This is a very, very, very concerning situation. And I'm very glad that this person is suing them. And here's her lawsuit. I will actually include this link in the information of the video if you guys would like to go through and read it. It was filed on 4/21/2025. It looks like it was filed and she's in California. I hope, again, that she gets every single cent. I really, really do. This is disgusting. Truly disgusting. Yeah, so like I said, I've heard about Roblox. It's hard to even say the name of this app. And I have a number of law enforcement that I follow on social media, and some of the more prominent ones have spoken out, and they've tried to warn parents, caregivers, about Roblox. I've seen that happen for the last couple years. And I don't think that parents just understand. They don't see it in their busy day, their busy lives. I think, again, that they just see it, that their kids are playing a game. But it's a sad, sad world that we live in, because now you have to worry about what your kids are doing on social media and on these gaming platforms. I just spoke about the character AI, the chatbot. So I think the dangers, yeah, they're still out there in the physical world when we walk out of our front door. But I also think that there's a lot of bigger dangers, or just as large, online and accessed through our phones and our computers. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And with that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.